Hi there, welcome back to Stormhaven, dear friends and deep thinkers. We're still in Clamreach. We've learned a lot about Clamreach. We've talked to many people, but we're not nearly finished. And there's a lot to find out. And maybe we will even start fighting somewhere. Because there's quite a lot of problems in Clamreach already.
I'm on it.
AKA quests. Yeah, Nicodemus won't follow us yet, our former companion. Bark, bark, bark. So, I think we're supposed to do this kind of alone, right? So, here we go. Let's see where this can lead us. And for that purpose, I'm just going to the unexplored stuff. Everywhere. And let's see. Oh, before you stands the village well. It's old cobblestone foundation. It's cloaked in moss, its wooden frame darkened, beaded with moisture. Look in the well. You look into the well, but it's too deep and dark for you to see much. Shout into the well. The echo of your hey is the only reply from the watery darkness below. Spit in the well. Spitting in a perfectly functional well is considered an act of heinous roguery at best and a reason for death by stoning at worst. Are you sure you want to go ahead? Okay, no. Throw a coin into it. A coin thrown into a well is said to bring good luck. Are you sure you want to go ahead? Yes. You can barely make out the splash of the coin hitting the water. Yet you feel that this tiny donation has been recorded somehow by a force both ineffable and unknowable. Okay, and now let's drink our dinner. The water doesn't have any aftertaste and seems clean enough. As a matter of fact, you feel positively refreshed. Oh cool, we healed. No time to prance around the watering hole. Duty calls.
Nice,
Yeah, but
nice.
what duty do we have? People took our stuff, our amulet, and now we're kind of out there, right? So we're in Suva's house now. We're still looking for the headman of the village. He was not in his house.
Fine, I'll do it.
Let's see where we can get to. Dono. Child. I don't know. Suva. Ah, yeah, here's Suva. I'll leave him be. Wow, he has a giant watchtower or something. Nice, nice. See, we'll see. Maybe. Cooking pot. Let's get into this direction.
Okay.
There's also a house. Maybe we'll find someone here. Obviously, we haven't been here yet. And it should be an important house as it's close to the crossroads. Hello there.
Gonna see what's
Anybody
out
here? There's another cooking pot. To mind that this is still early access, so it's not brimming everywhere. Let's see where this
I'm on
leads us. There's an open cooking pot thing here. Could we cook there? Oh yeah, we could do something. There's an empty bottle. Yeah, but we don't really have the stuff to make this. But we can do a couple of things already. Okay, let's have a look around further. The outside loo. The outside loo. Let's get down here maybe. is us making our way down. Wait, is this? Have we been into this house? I don't think so.
Nice and smooth.
Oh, that's Alder's house again. Let's flee from this wretched place.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he even has a horse, so it's not bad, not bad. Not bad at all.
Over there.
Let's see what we can find out there in the fields. Anyone? Well, the water reflects. There's a cow. Another one. Hello, cow.
Okay.
And a house. Who's living there? Who are you? Child. Hey, stop. Don't have time to talk. These weeds need pulling. Okay. It's a working child. No childhood here. This house has no entrance, or has it? Ah, it has in here. Okay, there's someone sitting here at the porch. Doesn't look happy from how he's looking. Elmed, this scrawny middle-aged fellow gazes morosely at an old fishing net. He perks up as you get near. Greetings, I'm Elmed. Don't believe I've seen you round the village before. I'm Immanuel Khan. I just washed up on these shores. Well, in that case, welcome to Clamreach, Immanuel Khan. What do you do here, Elmed? Are you a fisherman? By Veln's black breeches, no. I'm a pearl diver. I take a deep breath and scour the bottom of the sea for my wee silvery beauties. Once a month, I take my catch into the city and sell it. To make a lot of money doing that. Ha, no, sir. Would I be living in this, like this if I did, he shrugs. I'll never get rich, but I don't answer to any lord either. Any tasks you need help with? Well, yes, since you ask. Last week I was waking up the clams to check their shells, and I came upon this strange statuette. Ugly, bloody thing, isn't it? Elmed produces a slime-colored figurine made of some porous stone. It looks like 3 tentacles growing up from a rock twined together. Near the top, each of them sports a round, staring eye. Any idea what it's supposed to be? Nope. It must be some kind of barbarian thingy. Yeah, they call everything barbarian they don't understand. I don't especially like their art or totems or whatever you call them, but this thing is especially awful. He looks at the statuette. Something about it gives me the shivers. Don't you people worship one barbarian god, Darain? We do, but that's different. Darain is like, you know, normal, a regular old god. Nothing too weird about him. He looks at the statuette. This thing, on the other hand, just feels alien. You never know. Maybe back in the day, Darain was depicted in the same alien manner. Hey now, choose your words carefully. Darain is not some chaos monster, but a local deity, and you'd be wise to show some respect to him. Don't you know that the deepest levels of the abyss are reserved for blasphemers? All right, Elmed, calm down. What do you intend to do with this figurine anyway? I don't really know, but it could be worth a bit of coin. Why don't you take it and ask around? If you manage to sell it, I'll split the proceeds with you. Sounds fair. Elmed gingerly passes the statue to you, as if fearing it might jump out of his hands. Try your luck. I'd personally ask Dobrel the innkeeper for advice. He's one crafty son of a fox. Okay. We have the odd statuette. Can I ask you a bit more questions? Ask away. Heard anything interesting lately? Never saw them myself, but people talk about bands of slave hunters prowling the land. They seek any poor drudges who've escaped the magic ore mines down south. Though one must wonder, how could anyone slip away from that place, since, he looks around, you know, the mines are allegedly guarded by a powerful wizard, hired by the Swordhaven authorities. Okay, so Swordhaven is not all good, right? Do the barbarians ever come around here and cause trouble? Not in any numbers, no. There hasn't even been a murder by a barbarian here in at least 3 years. Can you tell me about the village? It's a fine community, if I do say so myself. It's located near bountiful waters, good for fisher folk, and even better for my humble trade. Not to mention it has real history behind it. The type of history you can be proud of. I'm no chronicler, however, so I won't spoil any of it for you. Just ask our headman. He has a real gorgeous way of weaving the tale of our founding. Would bring a tear to the most jaded of eyes. Okay, cool stuff. Well, thank you and goodbye. Of course, stop by any time. What's in this house? Does he have a wife, or is she out somewhere? I don't know. We'll see. This, maybe. Ah, yeah, a villager. The peasant woman strolls round, mumbling to herself. Mayhap it's the pox. No, that doesn't make sense. Oh, excuse me, love. Didn't see you there. What occupies your mind so? Ah, it's nothing, just a foolish riddle told to me by Pygidius the Wise. She knits her brow. I can't figure it out no matter how hard I try. What can you tell me about him? He's a wandering sage and an important tool of the divines. Some believe the dragon himself made Pygidius into a piss-smelling haggard old man in order to test our humility. And test it he does every single time he strolls into the village. Why are you so determined to solve the riddle? It's a matter of pride, love. See, after giving me this stumper, Pygidius snatched the eggs I was carrying as payment for the lesson yet unlearned, he said. Unless I find the answer, it would mean I have lost a dozen good eggs for naught. Alright, did you try asking the other villagers? I did, and they're as clueless as I am, even our wide a lot. Try me then. Are you sure? This one's a real head-scratcher. I don't want you to end up like me, wasting time, constantly mulling it over instead of working. Oh, don't worry about it. Very well, but here's how we'll do it. To avoid becoming obsessed, as I have, restrict yourself to a single guess. Then if we decide you're wrong, forget about the whole thing. Okay. I sit by the babe who doth weep in their crib, as well as the old lord frail in his keep. I ride to the wounded while the battle still roars, and swim for the seaman too weak for his oars. Few wish to partake of my bitter remedy, but should I dally, they'll jitter in agony. It's death. Oh, what makes you say that? Yeah, we'll use our intellect. Young and old, warriors and sailors are all stalked by death. Most fear her cold embrace, but when the suffering is too much, some pray for her to come. She furrows her brow before finally uttering, "You're right! You're completely right! Now I'm sure of it, except that Pygidius did say that the answer was a lesson." She continues to ponder, seeing how it's death. I reckon the lesson is to remember that all of us will someday perish and face divine judgment. Hence, one should live their life as virtuously as possible. That's wise enough to be worth a dozen eggs. Okay. Here's a little something for you. She takes a parcel of smoked fish out of her apron pocket. Why she was keeping it there remains a mystery. Yeah, nice. What can you tell me about this thing, though? It's that idol. My husband fished up somewheres. To tell you the truth, I'm glad you took it. Gives me weird feelings, it did. Weird feelings? I sent shivers down my spine. You'd best throw it away and attend a dragonfire ritual too. Just to be on the safe side. I wanted to ask you a few other questions. You helped me with that riddle, so I'll help you by answering your questions. Can you share your name? It's Silke. Looks you straight in the eyes. Just don't use it to put a hex on me. Turn me into a herring or something like that. Okay. Bit superstitious, are we? I mean, but what else to do, right, in this time and place? What do you do around the village? What don't I do? Being a mother of 2 rowdy little ones, and a wife to a sluggard who does nothing all day long. Trust me, love, the work keeps piling on. I can imagine. Can you share your name? Yeah, okay, we've, well, heard any good rumors lately? Not lately, no, but I did hear that Alda, the village drunkard, her voice sinks to a whisper, killed this poor boy of wonder. It was ages ago and never proven. She raises her eyebrows. But tittle-tattle doesn't just start out of nowhere, right? Okay. I mean, I think sometimes it does, but of course, love. Next time, I just remembered I've got to run. Fare thee well.
I'm on it.
All right. I mean, there's this riddle, right? Can we find out if this poor drunkard killed his wife? Probably it was an accident. And that's why he's drinking, or he's just drinking because he lost her. There's probably a sad tale behind that, but you never know. What's this? Is there someone?
Nice and smooth.
You're running. Why are you running so much? Don't run away from me. Who are you even? We'll follow. What the heck is this? Chad looks you up and down, then again. Wow, mister, you're like a knight or adventurer, or an adventuring knight. Okay. I guess, yeah, whatever. The Pearl Diver's house. We can get in here. Wow, the kids are always running, are they? I mean, I certainly know it, but... Oh. It's bigger than I thought it would be. We've been to the headman's house, but there was only his farmhand. Yeah, let's get in here further. Where are we even? Here we are.
Fine, I'll do it.
Okay, that seems closed. This goes back. Ah. Let's have a look here. Where's this thing leading? Is this a temple? That's a giant set of stairs, right? Here we come. There's Miller again. Let's see what we find up here. On this glamorous stair.
Okay.
Okay, nothing much it seems. Let's see if there's someone in here. There's a lot of mysteries in this.
Gonna see what's out there.
Hello. Who are you, strange hooded man? This young, round-backed individual is writing something on a wax tablet. He slowly raises his eyes and licks his lips before chuntering. Greetings, stranger. Name's Daenerys, apprentice of Father Herkus, the Widelot of this village. May I be of assistance? Ah, yeah, maybe we'll find Father Herkus. I'll take a peek at the tablet. What are you writing? Oh, this. I'm just taking inventory. Nothing special. Father Herkus prefers the temple's holdings to be thoroughly organized. Shows you the beeswax smeared wooden tablet covered in barely legible symbols. The script is extremely tiny. Probably to save on tablets. Okay. Need any help? I'm great at numbers and reckoning. From the way you speak, I'd guess you would finish the task before I could even return with a mug of ale to reward you. Nevertheless, I must respectfully decline. This job is part of my education, and I don't mind it really. He thinks for a bit. You seem like a learned man, which is a rarity outside of the clergy, if you don't mind me saying. You need to be sharp if you want to survive. Aye, being shrewd is a boon when it comes to survival. That and many other qualities. So how's work treating you? Someone has to do it. Besides, it lets me practice my shorthand writing. How does that teach you to be a Widelot? Any Widelot worth his salt is required to write a lot, as well as keep a strict tally of what their temple has and what, if anything, it's lacking. People need us to lead by example. Being tardy, unkempt, disorganized, these are the qualities of a second-rate priest. And who needs that? Read the tablet. While much of the script is illegible, you manage to suss out a few lines, and it's nothing too exciting. Mostly tallies of grain bushels, dried fish and other village goods. This place must be the temple's tithe storehouse. Well, that looks very thorough. I try to be diligent in my duties. All right, I'm listening. Can I ask a few questions? I suppose I have some time to kill. What do you usually do around here when you're not inventorying? Ah, this and that. Whenever there's a floor to sweep or a hymn to sing during a gathering, I'm there. Book of Saints needs rebinding, call me. And if gods forbid there's a shortage of sacred herbs for the dragon fire, I'm especially there, and by there I mean the vegetable garden, where Ahmed usually toils. Did you hear anything interesting lately? One odd rumor claims you can meet a doppelganger in the nearby woods, someone or something that looks exactly like a friend or family member. Will ask you to follow, but if you do, you will never return. Now, I've never met such a creature, nor has anyone currently living in the village. But how amazing and slightly disturbing is that concept, to be just like everyone else on the outside, but a completely different thing. Alien to mankind on the inside. Yeah, that's certainly alien. What's your hot take on this village? It's a modest hamlet full of modest, hard-working people. I'll miss it when I eventually rise in rank and get my own parish. Here's hoping that my own post will be as lovely. I see. Well, I think it's time for me to go. May the dragon fire light thy path, but never burn thee. Oh, thank you.
I'm on it.
Yeah, seems just like a chill guy. Chill and content. Every priest's like that, and the priests in this game, in this culture, are certainly
Nice and smooth.
very cool. Whoa, who is this guy? Looks important because he has some kind of mark on his chest. Ah, that's Father Herkus. We finally meet. The village Widelot welcomes you with a warm smile. Greetings and salutations, child. My name is Father Herkus. Art thou in search of inner solace, or perchance seeking my counsel in these trying times? Yeah, do you know what the deal is with the Darrain? No, let's just do the small talk first. Okay, he isn't about small talk, I guess. Do you know what the deal is with the Darrain, this deity the locals worship? Well, he's exactly as though described, a deity, or more specifically a fish god. After all, Darrain literally translates to master of fishes from the native Slurium tongue. Wow, he's a really learned man. The people inhabiting these shores have always worshipped him, no matter their origin. What's the dragon cult's stance on this practice? Even during the age of holy wars, when religious fervor was at an all-time high, the cult's attitude towards different gods and spirits was that of adoption rather than condemnation. After all, most divine manifestations are considered to be sparks of the dragon fire. So you take part in Darrain's veneration. My predecessor, the old Videlot, did. I prefer to observe from a distance, respecting the local customs, but also reminding my flock to honor the dragon above any god, which they naturally do. What do you know about the barbarian rites? The Slurium reveres supernatural entities they call Sahin Kuam. These beings are believed to inhabit all things, including forces of nature, and different prominent sites, caves, groves, lakes, etc. The Sahin Kuam are worshipped at household fanes and aforesaid sacred places. There the rituals are performed by shamans who organize sacrifices to whatever spirit is enshrined at that location. Oh, so you study the natives here? Forsooth, most locals dislike the Slurium, probably because of all the wars, but I find them quite a fascinating subject. Okay. A scholar of barbarians, I see. To a certain extent, yes. Why do you wish to learn more about them? Yeah, why not? A commendable attitude. After all, ignorance is blissful only to the ignorant. You might want to visit the Book Emporium in Swordhaven's old quarter. Therein lies a copy of Historia Barbarica by Changle the Mad. As if anticipating your skepticism, he quickly adds, a bit unorthodox, I admit, but still an interesting read about this often overlooked subject. Are there any other books? Of course, but ironically most of them are printed and sold in different lands. Do you know about this guy, Changle the Mad? Changle the Mad Prophet, to be exact. He was an astronomer who lived in Swordhaven during the Third Barbarian War, around 50 years ago. Before going insane, Changle mostly wrote treatises about stellar constellations, but also on ancient ruins, magical artifacts, and Slurium tribes. So a bit like Father Herkus. How did he go mad? From what I've read, he started to lose his mind after witnessing the famous comet of 851. He looks up in the Calignious night sky over the Gulf of Swordhaven. The comet of 851, as far as I know, the people of Nova Draconia believed it was a bad omen. Forsooth, most of Changle's contemporaries reckoned the comet to be a foretoken of doom. But only our ill-starred astronomer feverishly studied it for his last few years before departing this life. He pauses in a quite mysterious fashion. A mysterious fashion? He shakes his head. Child, I beg thee to understand. 'Tis all idle beverdage. The dragon's herald, Prophet Surset, wisely forbade us from spreading such frivolous falsities. Look at it as a myth of folktale, Father. You said yourself that Changle lived quite a few years ago, so there's no harm in talking about him. Very well. According to popular tattle, Changle was ripped to pieces in his own study, which was locked from the inside, he shrugs. Some say a weird lightning streaked through his window, some blazing little demon. But mind, that's all common superstition, fable and legend. No one alive today knows what really happened to the unfortunate scholar. Why are you so hesitant to believe these stories? First of all, most of them are a tad far-fetched. Next, it doesn't feel right. Master Chungle sounds like an eccentric fellow, but that's not an excuse to turn his life and death into a campfire anecdote. Okay. I see. Thank you for enlightening me, Father. You're welcome. Now then, I believe we were talking about barbarian culture. We were. I appreciate you recommending that bookstore, by the way. My pleasure, child. He thinks over it briefly. Actually, I might have a little something to aid thee further. The Waidelord walks away with a spring in his step, returning less than a minute later with a thin hardback. Oh, so that's his passion. That's his hobby, right? We found his hobby. My first Slurium phrasebook. It helped me learn the basics of that tongue. Hopefully it will help thee as well. Ah, that's awfully nice of him. I want to make a wish to the higher powers. Excuse me, but I can only provide this service inside the temple. Okay, can I ask you other questions? Ask away and let the wellspring of knowledge flow. What are you doing here, aside from preaching? I'm gathering local folk tales and myths. I know peasant stories and barbarian fables are hardly examples of fine literary tradition, but I hope the novelty of this subject will entice the educated elites of the free imperial cities. Okay, so he's just interested in new things? Well, what's the driving force of him? Getting famous? We'll see. What can you tell me about the village, then? Our quaint little Clamreach, huddled up smugly against the rugged coastline, he smiles. Do not be fooled by its unassuming appearance, for within these shores lie tales as deep as the ocean itself. Legends of merfolk and sea monsters, whispered stories of hidden temples and lost treasures buried beneath the sandy beaches. I have that statue. Oh, I'd love to hear such a tale. In the days of yore, when this land still belonged to the Slurium tribes, the locals would tell a legend about a cave temple, believed to hold a mysterious treasure that could resurrect the dead. A brave warrior, widowed by plague, and a cunning huntress who had lost her husband to war set out together in search of the place. Long did they trek through the wilderness until their path led them to a deep cavern. In its center stood an ancient altar, adorned with carvings depicting long-forgotten rituals, and upon it, nestled in a bed of shimmering crystals, sat a small, ornate box. As the heroes reached to open it, a bolt of lightning crackled through the air, striking them both, but a moment later their lifeless bodies stirred and rose again. For the legend was true, the artifact had resurrected them as foul undead. Oh, wow, that's a creepy story. Any more rumors? About a fortnight ago, on a farmstead not far from the village, an extraordinary event occurred. A calf was born into this world with not one but two but three heads. Of course, the local peasantry immediately took it as a sign from the dragon. The only thing they cannot agree on is it a good omen or a harbinger of impending doom. All right. Pray tell, what topic does you wish to discuss? Perhaps later. I just remembered I have important business elsewhere. Safe travels, and may the winds of destiny carry thee to the wondrous places. Okay, cool, man. Very nice experience talking with Father Herkus. And who is in this church? Let's look at the church. Or temple, or whatever this is. A nice fire, warming fire in the middle of it. Cool, cool. An empty bottle. Free to take. We're just cleaning up here. There's like an altar. A triptychon. Yeah, that should be all in here, I guess. We're gathering so many stories.
Fine.
Oh, but we've still not met the headman, but at least we've met Father Herkus now. It's proving to be a little bit more difficult than I thought it would. What's this now? Have we been in here? I don't remember. Oh, that's Danis again. Yeah, oh, we've been here. Just doesn't show really much on the map.
Gonna see what's out there.
Hey, there's some blue shaft here. Oh, look at this. There's a picnic basket. Who lost this? Who left this picnic basket here? Let's take that stuff.
Not today.
No point in letting this go bad, eh? Just a moment ago I saw a figure here. Yeah, we've been in here, but not in here, I think. That's the temple, but where... Oh, as he went inside. We were talking about higher powers going inside, right? Yeah,
Nice and smooth.
yeah, there he is. Wonderful. Greetings, child. Thou hast caught me in a moment of contemplation, pondering the mysteries of this world and the follies of mankind. I want to make a wish to the higher powers. Of course, child. But I must ask you to make the customary sacrifice of 5 dinars. Okay, all right. After taking the gold, Father Herkus starts rummaging under the altar. He returns to you with a small wooden plaque, a phial of diluted squid ink, and a calligraphy brush. Are those skilled in the art of writing? If not, I can help you for a tiny donation of just 7 dinars. Inspect the wishing plate first. It's a rectangular tablet made from pine, with a simple drawing of a horse on one side. The other side is meant for writing just about any wish, as long as it's not too grandiose or doesn't harm others. Okay, fair enough. Let's learn writing. Thank you. Dips the brush in the ink. Don't forget that the gods are fickle. It would be wise to seek something simple. Okay. Let's go for health. If you have health, you'll find all the other things usually. He nods and writes your wish on the tablet. I'll burn it during the year-end dragonfire ritual. Hopefully the celestial powers will pay heed to thy request. But remember, the divines first and foremost help those who help themselves. Thanks, man. Safe travels, and may the winds of destiny carry thee to wondrous places.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we don't know how this world works. Maybe it will do something. At least we've supported his barbarian culture science with our money a bit. So let's see. Well, that's been the temple. Let's see if we can go further and finally meet the village headman. Let's see. Oh, what's in here? Another picnic basket. Stealing stuff out of picnic baskets, are we? Okay, let's see who lives here. Maybe it's Herkus. Oh, this is kind of odd here. Hello? Oh, that's Vitalot's wife. The woman squints as you approach. And who are you supposed to be? A lost soul searching for redemption? Well, lost souls are my husband's business. You can find him at his temple. Was that a sigh of impiety I just heard? I'll have you know I'm very pious. I've got every holy name, date, and prayer locked up right in here. She points to a temple. It's just that I've got a wee bit of a temper, and even the gods catch a piece of it sometimes. Especially when what? Go on, my good woman. You can share with me. When I think about them too much, I guess, she sighs, after my husband's sermons especially, there are things that make me question it all. And those questions aren't something you would ask a Wade a lot, especially if it's your husband to explain, gets a grip. Mostly because they're stupid. All right, that's enough talking, off you go. But what questions do you mean exactly, if you don't mind me asking? I do mind you asking. We could bluff our way, we could intimidate. We will not intimidate, but we can try to bluff. I'm a master of theology, and in my opinion there's no such thing as a stupid question. You're a theologian, then you must know that all of the lesser gods are basically, well, like us. Oh, sure, they're wise and powerful, but I know the sacred stories. They love and fight, laugh and cry. They even look like us mortals, or you know, we look like them. She makes eye contact. You're still following? Yeah. It makes sense, the gods being human-like. Why did they make us like they did? Because we were created in their image. Why do they help us? Because we share their passions, values and vices. Pauses, but then there's the dragon. I mean, no disrespect. I love him and worship him, and I share my life with his servant. It's just that sometimes she seems like she's really struggling with her next words. We can intellect, but I don't think... What you're about to say is it makes no sense that the gods are ruled by a dragon who lacks any ties to humans in either form or mind. Yes, exactly. Why is our faith centered around this creature? Why a dragon? The most powerful god is a dragon. Why aren't we made in his image? I simply can't understand it. You needn't blame yourself. In fact, those are very common questions. We'll do our best to explain this conundrum. You explain that the dragon is the maker of all things, including the other gods. He doesn't look like his creations because he was neither created nor is his multi-dimensional shape something which may be replicated. You continue that the gods don't actually look like people or like the idols and icons made in their honor. The gods are in fact mere aspects of the dragon which he shaped into a human form, so as not to drive our ancestors mad. And when the time came, the dragon revealed himself to the final prophet in all his glory, and verily it was good. I didn't know we were a preacher, man. Okay, she listens raptly to your impromptu sermon, and when you finished, a smile of pure relief blossoms on her weary face. No one has ever explained it like that before. It all makes sense now. I'm not a bad person. I was merely ignorant of the truth, but not anymore. Okay. Yeah, better not distract the local White-a-Lot's wife, right? Happy to help. It's always a pleasure to speak about him. No, we'll maintain a meaningful silence. I don't mean both of this, right? Yes, well, was there anything else you wanted? Because if not, I still have work to do. I have some questions. Who are you? You may call me Osme. Osme of Barleyvine Meadow. Minor nobility, she smiles. We moved to Nova Draconia after my husband was assigned to this parish. And, well, here we've lived ever since. What do you think about the village? It's a good enough place to live, long as you don't mind the smell. I can't compete with our former home, a big city back on the mainland, if you ask my daughter at least, but it's adequate. What are the local rumors? I've heard that the barbarian hags, no way I can pronounce their word for it, know magic. Not the kind that works over time, like rites and prayers sacred to the gods, but actual words of power. Those can strike you dead just to hear them. Makes you wonder why our village herbalist never uses any of those fancy power words. I mean, she is a hag and a barbarian spawn, and a right proper fox daughter to boot. Ah, fox daughter, that's something, okay. I see. Anything else? She waits on your next word. All right, I need to go. Farewell. Well, that was interesting. That was certainly very interesting. What do we have here? Ah, books about the heavenly keys, the dark triad, barbarian names, and the godly chord. We can read that. That's lesser regard, okay. The chief god of the dragon cult, the Pater. The sun goddess Sol, the protectress of mothers, the right hand of the dragon. The moon god, the left hand of the dragon. And Ogin, the god of thunder, firing and weaponry. Omre, goddess of earth, cattle, medicine, and commerce. Top of the stairs, Loima, goddess of fate and protectress of pregnant women. Stands on the second step. Ostar, patron god of horses and fertility. And last, Yamha, god of the sea and maritime trade. Oh yeah, there's many aspects, I guess. Barbarian names. Aha. Not one, but two, but three given names. There's a known name that describes the barbarian's occupation, place of living, social status, some aspect of their personality or physique. For men, such names usually end with in and womenfolk ni. Examples: Gizonagin, man of light; Mendin, man like a mountain or mountain man; Bronzequin, disappointed man; Noni, mistress of good deeds, and so on, following the clan's name, which is mostly used on social occasions and during ceremonies. The second name always starts with C and ends with Ark. Example: Sikepasta Urdiba Ark, from the Iron Sword clan; the Masters of Eight Winds clan; the Cowardly Eyes Brave Hands clan. The third name, customarily given by the tribe's shaman, is a closely guarded secret, known only to the name's holder, their parents, and the shaman. His name is in a different language, which is only fully understood by a select group of spiritual leaders. Okay. Though it's not forbidden to learn the language, the teacher will only begin that education after the student has spent 10 years as their servant. Important to note that the Slurim merchants and barbarians living in the civilized parts of Nova Draconia often use abridged versions of their tribal monikers to make them more appealing to the outlander's ear. Examples: Jizzo, Jizonagin; Mendin, Mendiin; Bruskin, Brewerskin; Dona, Dnoni; Hyanda, Handiriuni; Alda, Aldi Hartuni. Okay. So they naturalize their names. And here we have, evils. Fex, Velns, and Cert. Okay. Fex has deer's horns and is the patron lord of chaos monsters. He's a fox. Fex Fox. Velns, the champion of wicked violence, adultery, and selfishness. A ram in marshlands and sandstone caves. Cert, known to be vain and prideful, a heavily built man with the eyes and horns of a goat. So they all kind of have horns except for Fex. He's the abyss, the giant spider and the toad. And then we have the heavenly keys. Shall honor the dragon, you shall honor the lesser gods. The prophets and the saints, father and mother, not kill, not steal, not commit adultery, not covet thy neighbor's goods and chattels, not indulge in gluttony, in vainglory, do not spread falsehoods, and not succumb to their wrath. Except in circumstances of a couple of things. Self-defense, combat and warfare, and carrying out lawful executions. Okay. That's a lot of that's a lot of limits. Like you can do it very often, right? So the dragon will say you're worthy if you follow all of this.
Gonna see what's out there.
Like a complete cosmology. There are even tales. Can we read this stuff? Barbarian tales. I think we can take them just. don't want to steal them, but we want to read them. The question is, are we here to learn more about the barbarians? We might. We might.
I'm on it.
So thank you for watching. It's been a lot of talk and exploration. Mostly talk. But getting more to know about this world. So we'll continue at this slow and comfy pace. But eventually we'll have to go out and find adventure. And always, at the start, it's a lot to take in. Thank you for watching and happy gaming to you. This is Immanuel Khan signing out. See you soon. Have a great time until then. Until next time, in Clamreach.